Okay, welcome back. In this video we're going to bind the receiver and the transmitter together, and we need to do that before we start messing with the servos so that we can center the servos. So you're going to need a battery. I'm going to use the 5-cell nickel metal hydride 2000 milliamps from Hydromax. Likely to be the one in the airplane, but not sure yet. I'm using the the SPM AR Spektrum 7610 7 channels, and I'm using my DX9 receiver. On the receiver, all I've done so far is create a model and named it, and that's pretty simple enough. So there's several reasons to get this done and out of the way. First of all is you got to make sure that the throttle is needs to be reversed or not, and we're going to find that out in the next video. So we'll test that. I got quite a few of these, so I'm going to throw these away. The 7610 I've used at least 5 or 6 times now. Pretty good receiver. Always like that receiver for a Nitro powered airplane that has a satellite antenna. So in the box you need this little bind plug, and the bind plug goes in the bind data channel. It only goes in one way, so you got to look where these the bind data plug has a little chamfer on it, and it goes in quite easily right there in the bind data channel. Okay, so radio's on. Need to turn that off. One of the reasons I'm using 7 channels is if I use a 6 channel, all the plugs will have something in it, because the bind data port is going to have the telemetry module in it, and the 4-5 servos will take throttle, aileron, elevator, rudder, and aux1. The gear channel will have the battery plugged in for power, and so an aux2 will be the other aileron, and so aux1 will be the other aileron. So aux2 is the only open port, and I might want that someday. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so I'm going to plug this in, take this off camera. You need to be at least 3 feet away when you're binding. And also you want to make note for the 7 channel, the negative lead, in other words the black wire on the battery, is toward the top. You tell that by right here. There's a little schematic right there that shows a minus, a plus, and a little square sign signal wired. So when you go to plug this in, you need to make sure that the black wire is to the top. I'm just going to plug it in the gear channel like it will be later. I guess we're ready. Here we go. So I'm going to plug this in to make sure everything is flashing first. Okay, everything is flashing. You can see it all flashing. I'm going to get off the camera here, hold the bind button down, and turn it on. Listen.
Binding. DSMX 22 milliseconds. Bind complete.
Okay, I hope you heard all that. It said binding DSMX 22 milliseconds. And when it says that, I let go of the button. I hold the button down until it says yes, binding. And then you let go of the button and it says bind complete. Okay, so now that we're bound, I want to do a couple other things. I'm going to unplug the receiver. We don't need it right now. But I want to do a couple other programming changes. So a couple of simple ones, just to make sure we're ready to get started. So I'm going into the system setup. Okay, so there's the system setup screen. Okay, I'm going to scroll down to aircraft type. As you can see right now, the wing says normal. Okay, well, it's not going to be normal because we're going to have two ailerons on servos on separate channel. So we could use dual aileron, but I'm not going to use that either. I'm going to use flaperons because of the large aileron. It will work very well to have it as a flaperon, and you need the servos on separate channels in order to use flaperons. So the wing is flaperons and the tail is normal. Okay. And that'll be it for now. That way when we get ready to set up the wing, we can test the flaperons are going to work right. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. So the next time that turns on and this turns on, this will recognize that it has a flaperon. Because after you make a program change like that, you always want to make sure you turn it off and turn it back on. Make everything is saved. Before you do anything else, make sure you remove the bind button. So I'm going to do that now. And binding is now complete, and we're ready to do anything we need to do with servos. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.